All right, welcome back, everyone. Broncos country. Your Denver Broncos are 13-3, and apparently they are frauds. Um, kind of hard to be a fraud after 13 wins, in my opinion, but here we are. I thought it would be interesting since our next opponent are those pesky Chargers from LA, and they are not a fraud for some reason. So they are 11-4. They currently sit in the 5th seed in the AFC playoff picture, where your Denver Broncos sit at number 1. Hopefully, where they'll stay. Now, what is crazy, since we are to have had this cupcake schedule, we have 11 common opponents with the Chargers. 11 out of the games we've played. I'm going to do a quick study on this, and I think you might be surprised at what we find here. This is going to be this was a little eye-opening for me. So let's get right into it. The Chargers are 11-4. We're at 13-3. Now, I have to preface this. We did play the Chargers in LA, and they beat us. A last-second field goal, 23-20. A bit of a heartbreaker, if you remember. We kind of had them going, and I have to give credit to the Chargers. I thought this was the one right after the Colts game. If you remember that was the leverage game where we lost by 1 point to an incredibly hot Daniel Jones. Just a crazy Colts team came out firing. Surprise, took the whole NFL by surprise. Nonetheless, the Chargers also have played the Colts. They have played a lot of the teams we've played. So bear with me. I just threw this together because I was just kind of doing some research for our game coming up, and I kept coming across this like crazy schedule that we had, and how it's been called this cupcake or a puff schedule. Well, guess what? 11 common opponents between the Chargers and us. And let me just run this down for you. This is going to be kind of fun. Now, we both played the Chiefs early, and the Chargers beat the Chiefs 27-21. I think that was a pretty solid win for them. We beat the Chiefs 22-19, and not really a nail biter, but the score was a little closer, but 2 solid wins, common opponents. That's a push, right? All right. So we both played the Raiders. Now, we should both sweep the Raiders, which of course we did. They took care of business there. They won 20-9. We struggled in that game, but we won 10-7. That was kind of a wake-up call. I think that was right before no, that was early in the season. So we came back and beat them later. Kind of whipped them. Now here's one. We got a lot of guff for beating the Giants. Those weak Giants. We had to come back. It was like 19-0 in the third quarter. We had this historic comeback. We won the game 33-32, and we were kind of made fun of because the lowly Giants almost beat us. Well, guess what? That's a common opponent. The Chargers also played the Giants and lost 21-18. So that's one common opponent loss. We would be 3-0. They would be 2-1 so far. Now, we both went up against the Cowboys. If you remember, we played one of our best games of the season. Complete game. We whooped the Cowboys fairly easily. It was 44-24. Just kind of a fun all-around game. The Chargers also pretty much had their way recently, if I remember right. They took care of the Cowboys 34-17. All common opponents. Another game came up. Now, this one was kind of frustrating. The Commanders game with Marcus Mariota running all over our defense. It came down to a 2-point conversion at the end of the game where luckily Benito was able to jump up and swat that 2-point conversion away because he had a receiver who I say was wide open for the win. Some say that we had defenders that could have made the tackle. Either way, we made the play and we won the game. And of course, the Commanders also played the Chargers. And well, that can't be right because they lost to the Chargers 27-10. You're seeing a pattern here, right? Works both ways. But so far, advantage Broncos and common opponents. We both lost to the Colts. We lost by the aforementioned 1-point game on the leverage call, which gave them an extra field goal kick. They were able to take the game from us there on that ridiculous penalty. The Colts absolutely whipped the Chargers 38-24. The Titans, the weak Titans, who we beat 20-12 by 8 points, and were made fun of for that. The Chargers played the Titans and won by 7, but were credited somehow with a better win. I still don't understand how this is supposed to work, like what we're supposed to be doing differently. We're playing who's ever in front of us, just like the Chargers are. And we're not winning any prettier or uglier than they are. We're just winning games, and that's all that matters. Next up, we both got whipped by the Jaguars. No way around it. The Chargers got spanked 35-6. That was a butt kicking. And even though the Jags beat us 34-20, it seems closer, and it is closer in the score. That was a butt kicking, in my opinion. I think the Jags just did a number on us. There was nothing redeemable from that game, especially the defense. Just to watch Trevor Lawrence do what he did to us and to the Jags, or to the Chargers, it's pretty impressive. Team to watch. They sit at the third seed right now. So big weekend coming up for us Broncos. We're going to have to be watching a lot of these games closely. Again, we both played the Raiders again. We both stomped them. We both played the Eagles. Another game that a common opponent against a good football team. We both beat the Eagles. The Chargers won 22-19. We won 21-17. Pretty close there. And then we both beat the Chiefs again. The Chiefs lost to the Chargers by 3. And then we just beat the Chiefs 20-13. So overall, in common opponents, those are 11 games. The Broncos are 9-2 against those common opponents, and the Chargers are 7-4. And they still have to play the Texans, who are 10-5 on Saturday. Huge game. The Broncos, by the way, beat those Texans 18-15. So you're up. Chargers, your turn. Best of luck to you. I hope you lose. There are 3 teams that each of us played outside of common opponents now. The Chargers had Miami, and we had the Bengals. I call that kind of a wash. Or you could say the Miami and the Jets, or the Vikings they had, and we had the Bengals because they were a 500 team. And the Vikings were almost a 500 team at the time. And then they also beat the Steelers, who we don't play. That would be a quality win. The Steelers are now the 4th seed in the playoffs. And I think they've improved their record. I guess I could have looked it up, but I'm not sure what they are right now. 9. I think they have 9 wins now. And we had Green Bay, which is a quality win, right? So the Packers are in the playoffs. They are currently the 7th seed. They've got work to do, and Love is out. But if you look at this, now keep in mind, the Chargers and the Broncos beat all these teams. We all won these, uncommon opponents. Let's say it. So I'm not sure where the cupcake schedule comes from. Either we both have a cupcake schedule, or neither one of us does. But the fact of the matter is, the Broncos are 13-3, playing 11 of the same teams that the Chargers have played. The Chargers are 11-4 with the Texans on deck. So advantage Broncos there. Now, I will say, I think the Chargers look like a pretty scary team right now. I think they're coming into their own. I think they're playing very well. They certainly look like a really good football team right now. And the Broncos are going to have to play much better than they played against the Chiefs last night to beat them at home. I think they can, and I think they will do that. I think they will secure the number 1 seed and a first round bye in the playoffs. It sure would be nice if the Chargers would drop that game to the Texans and make my life a lot less stressful. And before I sign off, my guy, Brett Hilbers, comes in, taking the number 1 seed into the postseason, is getting closer by the day, hoping the Broncos can lock it up. Let's hope they do. And I guess until tomorrow, we'll wait and see what the Chargers do. We won't count on anything. We've got a long break between now and when we take on the Chargers at home. We will look into that game. Before that comes to pass, we will study it a little bit closer, but I thought it was interesting to look at this cupcake schedule and compare it to the Chargers schedule. It's basically the same schedule. The out of schedule stuff is kind of a wash. I think we actually had with the Bengals, and were playing very well at the time, and Green Bay was the hottest team in the NFL when we played them. I think you could argue that the Broncos actually played a tougher schedule. You can't deny that the Chargers got us the first time, so we're gonna have to get them and take care of business next weekend. But until I talk to you again, keep in mind that the Broncos are no more a fraud than any of these other teams in the playoffs, and certainly no more than the Chargers. So go Broncos. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. Thank you in the chat. You're too late. I'm out of here. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching.